I went through one bottle of NyQuil and I'm working on my second.
Good
Is
stuff.
that this week?
Good stuff.
All right, I'll break
Yeah,
the ice. My name is Neil. I'm currently in Sterling, Illinois. I work at the Whiteside County Senior Center, helping seniors with technology. I'm also president of the computer user group here. And so you may see me hop in and out from time to time during the meetings as I pick up the end of the meeting at home then when I sign back in. So anyway, I found out about it through the EPCA group. Our club is a member, and also with Bob, who joins some of my Friday night Zoom sessions that I put on for our local group.
great. Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil. Neil, I don't know if you've signed up for our newsletter at www.techforsenior.com. That's a good way to keep in touch. We send out 2 newsletters a week, and it lists all the services we have and what's happening. So it's a good way to keep in touch and what we're doing.
Yeah, and if any of your members want to sign up for it, they're welcome to as well.
There's no ads, and we don't want your credit card number or anything. It's just really a communication tool to help let everyone know what we're doing. And the agendas for the shows get put in the newsletter as well. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming. George, you still have your hand up. Did you have another question?
Yeah, I'm wondering what software you guys are using to manage subscriptions and memberships and things like that. Like some kind of like a CRM for the audience, or just using MailChimp to do your mail
Just
outs?
MailChimp. See, we don't have memberships, right, George?
Right.
There's no membership or anything like that. So we don't need memberships. So we just use the MailChimp and we use that as the, but they could do CRM, and MailChimp's come a long way in the last few years, but we just use it as a mailing list.
Thanks.
Jim
Jim.
Glass, you were next.
Unmute, Jim.
There we go. I had a question for any of you people who have the Wise watch. I'm having trouble pairing mine to my phone. And I've gone through all the help steps that are on the application, but it won't pick up the wristwatch.
I had to get a new one, even working with their support. I lost the ability to pair after about 5 years of using it.
Oh,
Mine's
okay.
still paired. Mine's not having any problems, but they do have excellent support. You can call them and actually talk to a person.
A real person?
Yeah, a real person.
Jim,
Yeah,
how
well-
old is the watch? How old is the watch?
It's about a year and a half.
And
They came
how
on.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And what phone are you trying to pair it with? What's the phone?
The Samsung Ultra, the 22.
Yeah, it should work. I mean, you got a new watch and a new phone, so I mean, it should pair.
Like
Shouldn't be a
most
problem.
electronics,
Is that phone using 2.4 or 5?
I haven't a clue.
Well, if it's using 5, it won't connect. It needs to be on 2.4.
Well, how do you
Yeah.
put it there?
That's a
So
setting within your phone. Choose a network that uses 2.4. Because if you're using 5, it will not connect your watch.
Okay, well, is this the settings in the watch or in the application? You use the application to set the watch.
Yes,
The
yeah.
application itself requires 2.4 connection.
So your
Also-
your router broadcasts in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz or whatever. And so there'll be 2. But Bob, but you're connecting to your watch by Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Yeah.
but you still need the you still need the app itself to be connected. And if the app is not connected, then your watch isn't going to wind up working.
Right.
And I
But,
think that's probably where the problem is.
Yeah, 'cause
Jim,
Yeah, go ahead.
did you have your watch paired to your old phone?
Yeah,
You need to
I had it to
unpair
the
it.
Note
You need to
9.
unpair, you need to unpair it from that device.
well, the device is inoperative because no battery or anything.
Well, you can go into the app and it'll come up and says this watch is already paired with another mobile device on this account. Do you want to use this device instead? And you need to say yes, and so that'll switch it.
Okay, well,
But that's the reason why you probably can't get it paired to that one, because it's paired to another device.
yeah, well, it says do not use the phone's Bluetooth to pair when you first start it up. And then it runs a pairing, goes through a pairing step. And then it says, you're out of luck, try again. And so I'll take your advice and call Wise and see if they can help me.
Yeah, they're
Thank
very
God the
wise.
phone wasn't expensive.
Yeah. Or if you can fire up that other machine and the other your other phone and see if you can get it unpaired.
Yeah, if I can find the battery and all that stuff, it's. Because when
Joan, go ahead.
Go ahead. When I upgraded, I got rid of that phone. I didn't physically get rid of it, but I took the battery out, the SIM card, what have you. So
Joan, go ahead.
I just, I'm really happy to be here. I found out recently about this group on YouTube, and I'm a speech pathologist and an assistive technology specialist. And I specialize in helping older adults leverage the benefits of tech. So I'm right in alignment with what you all are doing, and I'm really happy to meet you.
Oh, Joan, did you send me an email?
I did.
I apologize profusely. I did get your email and I thought, I get a lot of that sort of email. I get a lot of email coming in like that. And, it usually, anyway, it's my fault for not returning your.
No worries. I ran an elder tech advisor and teacher cohort, 2 rounds of it. And I had about 75 colleagues, a lot of OTs and speech pathologists and technology specialists. It was fantastic. So I'm happy to meet you all and participate in this group.
I would really,
Okay.
I'll get in. Yeah, welcome. And I'll get in touch with you because there's a lot of people in this group. What we haven't done is we haven't done any work with hearing and the different types of hearing aids. As you know, you can buy them over the counter now. Are they any good? There's all sorts of questions we get asked. So it's an interesting topic that we could expand. And so I'd really like to talk to you about that.
And I'd love to talk about the accessibility for people with communication problems and reading problems and writing problems and attention issues and memory issues. So those are the folks that I work with.
You're in the right group.
yeah, I would say, Joan.
I'll get in touch with you for sure. Thanks.
May I
Where are
ask
you
a
located,
question,
Joan?
I'm located in Maryland, just outside of Washington, DC.
Okay, good. Welcome.
Thanks.
Murray, go ahead.
Got on mute. Yeah, good morning, everybody. I started out, I couldn't figure out how to get my camera to work. I finally just figured it out a minute ago, but say good morning to everybody and especially thank Ron for that video on the Palette FM. And I think I mentioned that I found a way in order to, basically there's a limit on the free version of 500 by 500 for the results to be downloaded, but I found a way to make it look as if it was full resolution using GIMP, which is free open source. There was a video that I gave Ron, which showed how to do it with OpenOffice, but he went so fast. First of all, I don't have not OpenOffice.
Libre.
What is it? The Adobe Photoshop. I don't have that, and he went so fast. The only people who could follow it, I think, would be Adobe experts. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Glad to be here.
Jim, you're back again.
Yeah, well, I had a question for Joan. Because my daughter is a speech pathologist. And she's working for a school district out here in California. And she's been talking about going into a different field of speech pathology and getting away from the school. And if you have any sources for the assistive speech pathology, I'd appreciate it if you could.
Heather, I'll put my website into the chat, because there are lots of areas that a lot of speech pathologists get disillusioned in the schools because it's really difficult right now. But the schools are using a lot of assistive technology, and there are a lot of speech pathologists who are starting to specialize in technology, and I train a lot of them. So my website's innovativespeech.com, and I offer free 15-minute calls with people. I usually do about 3 a day, and I'm happy to talk to any senior or any family member. I also work with children. I work with all ages. It's all about technology to improve life. So have her call me.
Okay, thank you. I'd appreciate that. You know, the biggest problem isn't the kids, it's the administration.
Oh, totally. I get that. That's why I have my own business.
Exactly. That's why she's looking.
So Joan, don't
Okay,
forget to
thank you,
put your email,
my
put
hand
your
down.
website in the chat.
Yeah, she's going to do that. Thank you.
Steve?
Okay.
Hewie, in January last month on the Hewie.net site, you had a list of entries that you were going to go through. I don't remember if you ever went through the one on the top 9 utilities, but there was one in there called Snappy Driver Installer Origin, I think it was something like that. And it was a driver updater. I just wondered if you remembered if you'd ever checked it out or not.
I know I haven't.
Okay, because it does actually seem to work quite well. The only problem I had with it was it found missing drivers that didn't exist anywhere. And then it said driver not installed. And above that, it said driver running, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I just
No, it
wondered
sure
if
doesn't.
you've seen anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Di Bender, how are you? You're next.
Hi. I just wanted to ask a question to clarify that I'm telling people right. Microsoft Office online is free. Is that correct? As long as you set up an account.
That's
Correct.
correct.
Okay, I just see a lot of people using Libra, and that's fine if they've used it. Plus, they've just upgraded it. But I just kind of wondered. I've had some people say no, Microsoft Office is not free, and I have a hard time telling on my computer because I have the paid version also.
Yeah,
I do
Microsoft
too.
Office itself is not free unless you're using the online version. And then
Right.
the only thing you need is a Microsoft account. And it's
That's what I
totally
thought.
totally free, provided you're using it online.
And you're using the applications online, but you can save the document to your computer.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Just
One thing to keep
clarifying.
in mind, though, that the online version does not have all the facilities that the paid version has.
Right, I understand
Yep.
that, but it has basics if someone just wanted to use it for basic information.
That'll work fine.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah, the most used parts of Office are part of the free one. It's the bells and whistles that a lot of people don't even use to start off with. Those are
Yeah,
the
that's
ones
what
that
I
you have to
thought.
pay for.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're pretty close to starting. Thank you all, and this has been a social time that we always have before the meeting starts. And of course, we have we have Q&A immediately following. Ron will be starting the intro in just a moment. for Senior, February 6th, 2023. This is episode 149. We're getting close to 152. So we're closing in on by the year. We only missed 1 week, and that was because of the holidays. But I'm Hewie Poplock, and I'll be your host today instead of Ron. Nice to know who's in charge around here. This is a 1-hour show about technology with a Q&A at the end. So we welcome all of you and thank you for joining. We have a nice crowd of close to 75 people, and we have some people out on our YouTube channel. If you should find, as we get closer and closer to our maximum of 100 people, if you want to watch and can't get in, you can go to the YouTube channel, and it is being broadcast there, except we do cut it off before the music session, and because of copyright issues. And we do invite you to then come over. Usually there's enough room to join in for the Q&A. Today we're talking about security, Windows 11 tips, SD cards, and a cool website called Photofunia, and I think you'll enjoy that. In our premiere event, which is we go back into the past meetings. We're glad to have all of the sessions recorded. Ron gleans out a year ago and grabs some of the meeting. And today's premiere event is Edge Browser Secrets with Bill James, the Wi-Fi 6E by Dewey Clues, and what is a mocha pot with Ron Brown. So you'll get to hear something from Ron today anyway. And Ron will put in the chat box the premiere edition link. It is at 1:30 Eastern time, or on the half hour after the meeting ends. And so that gives you enough for a short break. And we certainly invite you to join us. I want to acknowledge some people who have donated. We're all volunteers, but we do have some expenses and we have to meet them. And so we ask that you donate through our coffee fund, KOFI, but it does, you buy a cup of coffee or more. And our list this week we want to thank is Pat Aucoin, Laura B., Liz Milford, and Linda Stewart for your generosity. And thank you very much. It helps pay the fees for our Zoom account and for some other the accounts that we expenses that we incur during the year. We ask at the beginning of the year. Hopefully we will, and we're pretty close to it now, of getting enough that will cover our expenses for the full year, and then we don't have to talk about it. But as you donate, we will say thank you. And today's agenda, we're going to be talking about of course, the security by Bob G. And then Windows 11, Bill James is going to be talking about. And then what you need to know about SD cards. We all have them. We don't know what, when we go to order one, we don't know what they are or what ones to choose. That's what the article will be about. And then the website of the week will be on a website called Photofunia or Funia. And I think you'll enjoy that. For those of you who did subscribe to our newsletter, you saw that The Seattle coffee gear was featured. Ron, any comments about it?
No, other than if you're interested, for those of you who do sign up for our newsletter, on Saturday we feature a YouTube channel, and Seattle Coffee Gear is a great channel to look at if you're interested in coffee or coffee items, and it's been going for many years. And if you want to know anything about coffee and how to clean filters, what the best coffee maker is, and all that sort of stuff, that's a great site. So be sure and sign up for our Saturday and our both newsletters. And that's a big feature on our Saturday newsletter.
And we also have a Tuesday newsletter. And in each of the newsletters, we have articles by our different members of the team. And those articles are very interesting. If you're not getting the newsletter, be sure to go to www.techforsenior, no S at the end, .com. And sign up for the newsletter. It's free, and the articles are really good. This week on Saturday, I did one on converting WEBP or WebP graphics to JPEGs or PNG, because Google has decided that they're going to use WebP for their graphics instead of either JPEGs or PNGs. So some programs don't accept them. You have to convert them, and that's what that article was about. And by all means, the articles on Tuesday are very good as well, and make sure you read them. So not only should you subscribe, but please read the newsletter. Would like to quickly introduce our team. Our co-host today is Ron Brown. Ron?
I think you're doing a great job. Give him a give him a big round of applause.
Of course. And Bob G, our security guy, is here, and he'll be doing his security update in just a minute or so. Bob, any hellos?
Yeah, it's nice to be back from vacation, trying to get back into the swing of things. Of course, I have my
at least you're not rocking and rolling on the boat, right?
Rocking and rolling has stopped. I'm now busy with the new presentation for 2023, and that presentation is cybersecurity A to Z. Any clubs interested, just contact me.
We have our music maestro, Ray Baxter. Ray, you want to say hello? And yeah, I guess he doesn't. Bill James, you're here, and you're going to be doing a session on Windows today.
I am, and it's a beautiful day here in Oklahoma City. So we're getting a reprieve from the cold weather we've been enduring for the past week. I don't know for how long, but it's nice today.
Then we have Mike Ungerman, who's done the sun panels and the electric vehicles. Quick hello, Mike, and then we've got to get on with the show.
Hello to everybody. Batteries part 2 in my next presentation.
Yep, and this Sunday is the Windows SIG. If you aren't familiar with it, just go to hewie.net and go to the WinSig page, and there's information there. Be sure to sign up for it. And of course, Thursday is our Tech for Senior Live. And first on deck today is Bob with your security. If you'll go ahead.
Dokie.
Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending February 3rd, 2023. Bitwarden password vaults targeted in Google Ads phishing attack. Bitwarden and other password managers are being targeted in Google Ads phishing campaigns to steal users' password vault credentials. As the enterprise and consumers move to use unique passwords at every site, it has become essential to use password managers to keep track of all passwords. However, unless you use a local password manager like KeePass, most password managers are cloud-based, allowing users to access their passwords through websites and mobile apps. Read more at Bleeping Computer. Google Fi says hackers accessed customers' information. Google's cell network provider Google Fi has confirmed a data breach likely related to the recent security incident at T-Mobile, which allowed hackers to steal millions of customers' information. In an email sent to customers on Monday, obtained by TechCrunch, Google said that the primary network provider for Google Fi recently informed the company that there had been suspicious activity related to a third-party support system containing a limited amount of Google Fi customer data. Read more at TechCrunch Plus. The U.S. has probably dealt the final blow to Huawei's phone business. Huawei has been subject to a U.S. trade ban since 2019, and the results have been devastating for the Chinese brand. The trade ban has resulted in the company losing Google support as well as access to major chip foundries for its high-end in-house processors. Furthermore, the company is only allowed to use 4G versions of Qualcomm Snapdragon processors in its phones. Now it looks like the U.S. has effectively dealt a death blow to Huawei's phone business. Reuters reports that the Biden administration has stopped granting export licenses to U.S. companies to export most items to Huawei. Read more at Android Authority. Circle K US spills partial credit card details, among other sensitive data. Circle K owner Couch Tard operates around 14,000 stores worldwide, having sold 12 billion liters of gas this past quarter. In the U.S., it has around 7,000 branded Circle K stations. On January 12, 2023, the Cyber News research team discovered an open Circle K US database with tons of sensitive information: partial payment card numbers, full customer loyalty card numbers, purchase data, employee email addresses, phone numbers, and zip codes, among other data. If exploited, the data set could lead to identity theft, financial fraud, and targeted phishing campaigns, among other criminal activities. Read more at Cyber News. Netflix has a confusing plan to block password sharing. In case you didn't know, Netflix has a new plan to prevent account and password sharing, aiming to eliminate freeloaders. After testing the system for months, anyone trying to use Netflix outside the account's primary location will have trouble. If you share a Netflix account with family or friends outside your household, they're about to get blocked. We've heard reports of a new paid sharing system that could roll out soon, and you'll have the option to pay an additional fee to allow sub-accounts on your system outside of your household. Read more at Review Geek. Google takes on ChatGPT. Google is testing ChatGPT-like products that use its LaMDA technology, according to sources and internal documents acquired by CNBC. The company is also testing new search package designs that integrate the chat technology. Additionally, employees have been asked to help test the efforts internally in recent weeks. One of the test products is a chatbot called Apprentice Bard, which uses Google's conversational technology LaMDA, or Language Model for Dialogue Applications. Read the whole story at CNBC. Google may turn your Android phone into a plug-and-play USB webcam. Data was found in Android's open-source operating system project repository that suggests Android is adding a device-as-webcam service. The feature would turn an Android phone into a USB webcam without the need for an app. This would be the first time Android supported using a phone as a UVC device. Turning your phone into a webcam wouldn't necessarily be something new for Android, since there are currently apps that can help you achieve that. But this would be the first time Android has supported turning your phone into a UVC gadget that doesn't require the help of a third-party app. Read more at Android Authority. This week's must-read on the Avast blog. Read Avast's article on Is ChatGPT's use of people's data even legal? Find the article on the Avast blog at the link listed, or you may watch my YouTube video on this topic at the YouTube link listed. Did you know the U.S. flag placed on the moon by Apollo astronauts was purchased at Sears? Here are some important tech dates in February. February 4th, 2004, Facebook goes live. February 8th, 2005, Google Maps launches. February 10th, 1996, computer defeats world chess champion. February 14th, 2005, YouTube.com activated. February 19th, 1990, Adobe Photoshop 1.0 released. Just thought you'd want to know. And that wraps up this week's edition of the Avast Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Boy, there's never a loss of material for your section on tech for seniors at all. The bad guys always are one step ahead of us, and they just keep going.
Yep, some things never stop, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I like your little bit at the end with some unknown facts. I always wanted to do a radio show and have interesting but useless information, I used to call it. But yours is information that's interesting. Bill James going to talk about Windows 11. Go ahead, Bill.
I'm going to share my screen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Whoops. Well, this morning I thought we would talk about the 22H2 update that occurred at the late last year. Let me get my PowerPoint here going. As you know, the newest version of 22H2 of Windows is now available. Windows 11 became generally available in early of October of 2021. So the 22H2 is the first major update that came in September of 2022. There have been some design changes, interface changes, and nuance changes that differentiate the two versions, the original version and now the update. Something I want to point out that if 22H2 sounds familiar, there was also a minor update to Windows 10 that was also named 22H2. Microsoft has provided a free health check app to help to see if your Windows 10 PC is compatible with Windows 11. To use it, you can download the app and install it on your Windows 10 PC. And when you run it, you want to locate the Introducing Windows 11 section near the top of the window and click Check Now. This app will run quickly, and after a few moments, it will give you a message that this PC can run Windows 11. If it does, then you're good to go. But if you see the message that your PC can't run Windows 11, then your device doesn't meet the system requirements. And so you're going to be stuck with Windows 10, but you'll still receive the Windows 10 updates. And Windows 10 will be supported through October 14th of 2025. If your PC fails this test unexpectedly, you might want to make sure that the secure boot is enabled in your BIOS. then you'll restore your Windows and run the health check again. And if that didn't work, you want to look at, it doesn't work, you want to look at the system requirements for Windows 11 on the Microsoft website. It's a Windows 11 is a free upgrade. It was available for those PCs that are capable of running it. If you had versions 8, 7, or 10, then you can get Windows 11. And as I said earlier, if your PC is capable, you'll see this message: great news, your PC meets the minimum requirements. And then all you need to do is just go down and download the and install. You can choose a time that works best for you. Restart your computer and start using Windows 11. The upgrade will keep your settings, and if you want to wait, then you also will just want to click the little hyperlink that's to the right of download and install that says stay on Windows 10 for now. One of the things about Windows 11 is that there's a new design. It's really simplified. The start menu has moved to the center along with the taskbar. It has pastel colors and rounded corners, and it's user-friendly Mac-like style, but is still distinct enough to be Windows. So what's new? Microsoft views Windows 11 as a one-size-fits-all computing solution that will run on your laptop, your desktop PCs, as well as touchscreens, including tablets. And the interesting thing is that Windows 11 looks and behaves almost identical on each of those devices. So as it brings to it as a bonus, it's apps and programs that will run on your devices, tablets, PCs, and laptops. One of the things about 22H2 update, Microsoft is slowly offering the update to more and more Windows 11 PCs. If it's available for installation on your PC, you can head to settings. It'll be part of the Windows update, and you'll see download and install. And if the update hasn't been offered to you, you also can force it by running the Windows 11 Installation Assistant from the Microsoft website. One of the things that you want to be aware of is that if you choose to download the Installation Assistant, you're skipping Microsoft's gradual rollout process and increasing the likelihood you will encounter problems with your update to your PC. So if you're not prepared to accept that, you should maybe want to wait until the update is offered in Windows Update. But also I'm aware of the fact that Microsoft has recently announced that the update is now available for all PCs. So it just depends on the device that you're currently running. You might not have received a 22H2. But if you have, then I would suggest you go ahead and download it. Windows 11 comes in several different flavors. There's the home version. There's the Pro, which includes networking. There's the Business Enterprise version. And there's one that's even more recent that is a Windows 11 / Microsoft 365. This is an enterprise business version, and it's cloud-based. So I'm going to give you a demo of Windows 11 22H2, some of the things that you might not be aware of that actually occurred when the update was made. So I'm going to share my my computer, my screen here, and we'll just quickly run over some of these things. All right, first of all is that we can do some customization to your start menu now that wasn't available before. And if you go to the start menu, which now tiles have been replaced by icons, but in the original version, one of the things that you could not do was create folders. but now you can. As you can see, I have my Microsoft Office folder here, and I have Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and OneNote. And this works exactly like it did in the previous versions. In Windows 10, is that you just can drag a icon over the over another icon, and it will create a folder. So now I have my Adobe Acrobat as part of my Microsoft Office folder. And if I don't want that, I can just drag it off, and it will then return to the place it was. So this is it's a feature that I think most people were kind of upset that you couldn't do that in the past, but now you can. One of the other things that you can do is that, as you can see here, I have my start menu has 3 rows of icons showing, and then there's a second page which has another 3. And then down below, I have the same thing, and I recommend it. I can go here and now go to settings and go to personalization. And I can now go down to the start, and I can customize that to how I want it to look. As I said, I'm showing the default settings, but I can change it for more pins. So then when I go to my start menu here, you'll see I have more of my pinned icons showing than I did before, and recommend it. Or the recent. This is sort of a misnomer in my opinion, that it's not really recommended as recent items, but I don't know why Microsoft chose to use that terminology. But I can, I don't know what that is. I can then also go the opposite direction, and I can have more recommendations if I so desire. And here, as you can see, I have more of the recommended ones and less of the pinned. So it's the options are up to you. I personally prefer the default, so I just leave it there. The other thing that has changed is that one of the big problems that we had, at least I consider it a problem, is that when you right-clicked on the taskbar, you would only get taskbar settings, and you no longer could get to the task manager. Now that has changed. So with the update, task manager is included in the process, the function when you right-click on your taskbar. And one of the things that's interesting is that the task manager has changed. It looks quite a bit different from the one that you'll find in Windows 10, in that it has now the icons to the left, and it gives you all the information of what's currently happening with your PC. You also can change the appearance of this. If you hit the hamburger menu, you'll find that you have a different view. In this case, if I hit on processes, it's going to show here at the top rather than as it was. So it's just a different view that you can change that. But that was a change to that brought about in the 22H2 update. And of course, the other one, the biggest change, of course, was when File Manager, is that now you have what's referred to as tabs in your browser, something that Linux users have had for years. So if I want to add an additional tab, I could do that quite easily. What I would do is I would choose APCUG presentations, and then hit the plus, and then that becomes additional tab. So I can have my APCUG presentations here. I can go to my home. I could also, if I wanted to add documents, I'd hit the plus here and go down to documents. I can find them. And I can also have my documents folder there, and I can toggle between And that was an empty folder. Let's do downloads for, and okay, there was something. So I can toggle between my APCU presentations by home, which is now different because in home, you notice that the quick access folder is now to my right. So this is all my quick access items here, plus my favorites and my recent. But I could go to home. I could go to downloads and also have those available to me. So that is a step in the right direction. One of the things you cannot do or doesn't do is that if you, as long as you leave this minimized, then your tabs will stay in place. Once you close out the app, you'll find that your tabs will disappear. So hopefully that will be changed where once you select these, those will remain until you decide to delete them or change them. So that's what you'll find in the 22H2 update. I hope that is some encouragement that maybe you want to try Windows 11. It's becoming a very mature operating system and offering features that you may not have been aware of. So thank you. Back to
Thanks.
Hewie.
Thanks, Bill. Just a word of information that the Windows Special Interest Group this Sunday will be hosted by a substitute host. I have a previous obligation, and Drew King will be our host, and Mike Ungerman's going to assist him. So by all means, join us if you are interested in Windows. So while we're, let's go to the next section here and get everything set up. Find the right one here. What you need to know about SD cards. I'm Hewie Poplock. An SD card is a small, portable memory storage device used in digital devices such as cameras, smartphones, tablets, and more. It provides a convenient way to store and transfer data such as photos, videos, music, documents, and other files. SD cards come in various sizes and capacities, and they use flash memory technology to store data. They are compatible with a wide range of devices and can be easily removed and replaced. SD cards are also available in different types, such as SD, SDHC, and SDXC, each with a different capacity limit. Additionally, SD cards can be protected by a password or encrypted for increased security. An SD card, short for Secure Digital Card, is a type of small, portable memory card that is commonly used in digital cameras, smartphones, and other electronic devices to store data such as photos, videos, music, and documents. SD cards are available in a variety of capacities, ranging from a few gigabytes to several terabytes. They are also available in different physical sizes, including standard SD, mini SD, and micro SD. SD cards use flash memory technology, which allows them to retain data even when the power is turned off. They also have built-in security features to protect against unauthorized access and data corruption. SD cards are the most common memory card type used in digital cameras. Having been around for more than 20 years, this type of camera memory card is readily available, relatively cheap, and capable of performing well enough in cameras designated for beginners right through to professional users. There are several factors to consider when comparing SD cards, including capacity, speed, and durability. By capacity, that refers to the amount of storage space on the card, measured in gigabytes. Higher capacity cards can store more data, but they also tend to be more expensive. Speed is another important factor to consider. SD cards have different speed class ratings, such as Class 4 or Class 10, which indicate the minimum write speed of the card. A higher speed class rating means the card can write data faster, which is important for things like recording high definition video. Durability is another important consideration. SD cards can be susceptible to damage from water, heat, and other environmental factors. Some cards are designed to be more durable than others, with features like waterproofing and shock resistance. Overall, the choice of SD card will depend on the specific needs of the user. If you need a higher capacity, fast, and durable card, you may want to consider a high-end SD card with a high-speed class rating and durability features. Here are the various values on an SD card. The speed of an SD card is determined by a number of factors, including the technology used in the card, the capacity of the card, and the SD card speed class. The SD card speed class is a rating system that indicates the minimum guaranteed write speed of the card. The speed classes are 2, 4, 6, and 10. UHS 1 Speed Class 1, UHS 1 Speed Class 3, and UHS 2 Speed Class 1 and 3. The read speed of an SD card is usually much faster than the write speed. A card with a high read speed would be good for transferring large files quickly, while a card with a high write speed would be good for recording video or taking a lot of photos in quick succession. Although the physical size and shape of the SD card have not changed since its launch in 1999, the format internal specifications have gone through several iterations. Flash memory technology has also evolved, delivering improved reliability and significantly increased speeds. The improvements are welcome, but it has created a problem. The continuous evolution of SD card standards has given birth to a host of symbols and classes used to describe the type of SD card and its speed. It's not uncommon to find an SD card marked with 6 or 7 different symbols, making it difficult for people to understand precisely what they are buying. I'm trying to demystify these symbols and ensure you know what you're buying and whether it's suitable for your camera or whatever device you're using. Some memory card manufacturers quote SD card speed in megabytes per second, while others, such as Lexar, prefer to quote a speed factor like 1000x. This is confusing for the consumer because it makes it harder to compare.
Huey, we lost your audio.
Where did Huey go?
I think Huey dropped.
Yeah, he's offline.
All right, he'll come back in just a
The screen
second.
is still there.
Yeah, I got a feeling that, let me just,
Frozen.
we will, let me see if I can do this. Let's see here.
Do you have his video, Ron?
I did not download it. Just a minute. He should be back online in just a second here.
Yep.
He's probably coming back on, unless his computer died or something like that.
Or they had an outage, in which case.
Yeah, I didn't. Let me just give it a sec here. I'll have a look at. See if I have You come back yet?
Nope.
Ray, do you want to go ahead with, let me just, maybe what we'll do is we'll log off. Hugh's probably rebooting his computer. Why don't we do your section now, and then we'll put Huey back on when you come back? How's that?
Fine. You talking to me,
That
Ron?
means You have to stop going live.
Yeah, we'll stop the live feed.
Okay.
What I was gonna say, Ray, is Huey's probably rebooting and getting back on. Do you want to do your section now?
I'm happy to
and
do
then-
that. Interestingly, I've had problem with my ISP this morning that's thrown me off 2 or 3 times.
I
So
saw that.
there's
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something
so-
in the wind. So
Something in the
let's
wind.
try it and see what happens.
Let me try this. Let me just say goodbye to the people over on YouTube. Sorry, we're gonna do that, but we have to do that before we play. And I think this is Huey calling me now. Ray, let me